Hey, what's up guys? This is Jasper from the Diablo 3 Leveling Guide, and today I'm going to be doing a brief review on Talonz Guide. Talonz Guide is a new premium Diablo 3 guide. Like most of the guides that I recommend, it is membership based, meaning that when you purchase it, you'll gain access to a membership area that can be constantly updated and evolve as the game changes. That means you'll never need to download a new version, you'll never need to upgrade your guide, it'll never be obsolete. Definitely the way to go these days, and I pretty much don't recommend any guides that are not like that. Talonz Guide. It's been created by three guys, Talonz, Dusk, and Shocks. All three of these guys are actually professional gamers. Most of their kind of fame came from the StarCraft 2 arena. Shocks himself is actually a Grandmaster ranked StarCraft 2 player. I don't know how much you guys know about StarCraft 2, but that is quite an accomplishment. You don't get to that level unless you are willing to really analyze a game and kind of discover the little known aspects of it that most people don't take the time to figure out. And that's what separates a average gamer from an excellent gamer. Anyway, the Talonz Diablo 3 guide includes a leveling and Inferno guide. Like most good guides out there, Talonz Guide is focusing a lot on Inferno mode. That is obviously the most challenging part of Diablo 3, and that's where players do need the most help, so Talonz Guide is definitely placing a heavy emphasis on that. They also teach you how to farm Inferno mode. Once you get a little bit more comfortable in Inferno, maybe you're halfway through it and you don't feel comfortable enough to move on to Act 3, or maybe you've beaten Inferno mode and you just haven't gotten the gear that you've been hoping for. They'll show you the best places to farm it for both experience and gear. Build guides. They cover every type of build for every type of situation throughout the game for each class. You'll have monk tanking builds, you'll have monk DPS builds, you'll have barbarian tanking builds. They even have a ranged barbarian build, which is really interesting. I'll show you that in a second. Here's the big thing that separates Talonz Guide from a lot of the other guides out there. They have a complete video section. Talonz Guide is actually a dual-part guide. Half of the guide is written and image-based tutorials, and the other half of the guide is video tutorials. The videos are 720p, they're well narrated, and they are very instructional and informational. So depending on how you like to learn, depending on what type of mood you're in, you do have the option of watching videos or reading. Class guides, gold guide, you gotta learn to make a little bit extra gold if you want to gear up. A big part of Diablo 3 is the auction house and being able to afford to buy gear that you're not getting lucky enough to find on a monster. So they definitely show you how to line your pockets a little bit more so that you have more options when you hit up the auction house. Brief features here. The leveling guide, beginner's guide, class guide, gold guide, artisan guide, boss guides, obviously all the boss strategies on all the difficulty modes. A lot of guides out there, they kind of gloss over the boss strategies. Talonz Guide and the other guide I recommend, they go into a lot of detail, which is very helpful. Skill runes guide, the Inferno guide that we already talked about, and the members videos that we already talked about. So real quick, let's just take a look inside the guide. Here it is. It's two sections, like I said. You have the Talonz Mastery Guide here, and you have the Talonz Video Guide here. The Talonz Mastery Guide looks like this. Basically, and by the way, when I talked about it being constantly updated, you can see today is May 25th, update. May 24th, May 24th, 23rd, 22nd, 22nd, 21st, 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 21st. A lot of updates are happening. The creators are very active in this guide. They are constantly putting new content on here. Here's an example. This is the Ranged Barbarian Guide. As you can see, it goes into a great amount of detail. They lay it out very nicely in a real easy to read format. It's not just a big wall of text, it does make it kind of easier to absorb. And like I said, it goes into tons of detail. What else? Over here you got the general guides. You got things like the general introduction, you got your hotkeys, key bindings, movements, terms, pony level if you're interested in trying that out. And what I think is really interesting is the gamer mentality guide. You can tell that these guys are professional gamers because they do realize that a big part of succeeding at a game and a big part of kind of rising to the challenges of the more frustrating aspects of the game is learning how to analyze it and learning how to approach the different elements of the game. So they cover that and a lot of different concepts in the gamer mentality guide, which I think is great. Leveling guides, constantly being updated. Gold guides, all of your class guides. Here's an example of one of the boss guides. This is actually for the Skeleton King boss. You can see that it's really nicely laid out. They have a lot of images, they have a lot of text and descriptions. They go through all of the mechanics of the fight. They go through the techniques you need to follow depending on your class, and they also go through some of the best group compositions that you can look at when you're kind of approaching the fight, so you can make it a little bit easier on yourself. Let's take a look at the video section. The videos are categorized based on both their content as well as their difficulty. You can see the length here. You know, these are not short videos, 10 minutes, you got 15 minutes, 14, 7-minute videos. Here's another view of the video section. You can see that there are currently 21 videos available, and like I said, they are constantly being updated. I'm finding new ones on here every day, so it's definitely worth checking out. Alright guys, well that has been my brief review of Talonz Guide. You can find a bunch of links on my website that will take you on over there if you want to read more about it. Also on my website I have free samples from the Talonz video guide, and I'm also going to be getting some free samples of the written guide as well. So definitely take a look at those, see what you think. There is a full money back guarantee, so if you don't like it, you can return it. And yeah, that's about it. So check it out. Take care guys.